Jai Sri Manarayan. Om Asmad Gurubhyo Namaha. My name is Abhinav Achuta. I am studying Module 6 in JET USA Houston chapter. I am going to talk to you about Srimad Bhagavad Ramanuja Charya. Who is Sri Ramanuja? Sri Ramanuja's life, Sri Ramanuja's gurus, what motivated Sri Ramanuja, what changes Sri Ramanuja made, and the Statue of Equality project. Who is Sri Ramanuja? Ramanuja is considered the greatest scholar in Vishishtadvaita philosophy. Ramanuja is our Acharya who helped us re-establish all the Vedic information. His Holiness established that it's not a caste which is important, but it is the amount of bhakti that a person has. He didn't care about anything which happened to him as long as it was for the better of everyone else. About Sri Ramanuja. Ramanuja was born to Asuri Kesava Dikshita and Kantimati in 1017 AD. He was a very bright student. Back then, all learning was just mouth to mouth and ear to ear. He learns everything just by hearing it once. He was an Eka Samtagrahi. Ramanuja lost his dad at the age of 16. In order to learn the Vedanta philosophy, Ramanuja later became Sishya of Yadava Prakasa. Ramanuja, not completely satisfied with his guru's interpretations, and in several cases, he started giving much better interpretations of the meanings of the slokas. Yadava Prakasa soon became jealous of Ramanuja. He attempted to murder him. Even though Ramanuja knew about this, he continued to learn under Yadava Prakasa. When Yadava Prakasa expelled him from the Gurukulam, in obedience to his guru's command, Ramanuja took leave of him after prostrating at his feet in reverence and humility. This shows an example of how to behave with your guru. Ramanuja's next guru was Mahapurna. One day, Ramanuja's wife and Mahapurna's wife were taking water from a pot, from a well. Drops from Mahapurna's wife's pot had fell in Ramanuja's wife's pot. Ramanuja's wife was enraged. She was yelling at Mahapurna's wife since she was in a lower caste and now drops from her pitcher fell in Ramanuja's wife's. Ramanuja's wife stormed off in a rage. Mahapurna's wife later that day told Mahapurna everything which happened. Mahapurna and his wife had packed all their belongings and left to Srirangam. Ramanuja had soon learnt of this and sent his wife away to her father with all of his wealth. Ramanuja's love towards his guru was so much that he even left his wife. When the Vaishnavas at the ashram had heard news of Ramanuja becoming a sannyasi, they thought it was the correct moment to go to Srirangam. Soon, Mahapurna had advised that Ramanuja should go to Goshtipurna to get the Vaishnava mantra, Ashtakshari mantra. Ramanuja went to Goshtipurna's ashram and asked him to teach the Ashtakshari mantra. Goshtipurna told him to come back later. Ramanuja did as he was told. Ramanuja was later told to come back again. This was repeated 18 times. Finally, Goshtipurna gave Ramanuja the Ashtakshari mantra. He told Ramanuja not to give this mantra to anybody or he would go to hell. Ramanuja wanted to give this beautiful knowledge to everyone. He assembled everyone in the town, climbed on top of the temple, and told everyone the Ashtakshari mantra. Goshtipurna was furious and told Ramanuja that he would go to hell. Ramanuja fell on Goshtipurna's feet and said he would consider it a blessing if many people got liberated for the cost of himself going to hell. Goshtipurna, hearing this, became very proud. He had accepted him as his disciple. This shows an example of Ramanuja's determination to gain knowledge, his selflessness, and love towards all beings. Ramanuja later reviewed the Sri Ranganatha temple and saw that there was a lot of corruption. He set standards and rules, dismissed some employees, and appointed new ones. This fixed the corruption which was in the temples. Ramanuja had done many great things like these throughout his life. Ramanujacharya left this earth at the age of 120 and on the year 1137 AD. Sri Ramanuja's Gurus. Ramanuja had many acharyas, but there are 5 which are his main acharyas: Sri Saila Purnulu, Mahapurnulu, Gosti Purnulu, Maladharulu, and Thiruvaranga Perumal Arayar. What motivated Sri Ramanuja? Gosti Purna had a friend whose name is Marineri Nambi. Marineri Nambi was from the Untouchables caste. Marineri Nambi learned all the spiritual knowledge that Gosti Purna learned. Gosti Purna and Marineri Nambi became very good friends. Marineri Nambi's kids weren't interested in learning this knowledge. When Marineri Nambi was sick one day, he mentioned that he didn't even want his final rites to be done by someone who didn't care to have the knowledge which he had. So he asked Gosti Purna to do his final rites. Even though he himself, being from an Untouchables caste, Marineri Nambi gave such a high importance to this knowledge. Since Marineri Nambi was a really good friend and a great Bhakta of the Lord, Gosti Purna did the final rites. Everyone in the town was then ashamed of Gosti Purna and stopped following him. Ramanuja, as the Sishya of Gosti Purna, asked him why he did this. Gosti Purna replied, "Marineri Nambi is not lower than Jatayu, and I am not higher than Lord Rama." This solidified Ramanuja's inspiration and belief that knowledge is more important than caste. What are some changes that Sri Ramanuja made? He changed the notion that knowledge and scriptures are permitted to be learned only by certain people or castes. He permitted that everyone was eligible to learn knowledge from our scriptures, and all are entitled to worship God in and out of temple. Sri Ramanuja made the administration at Tirumala very structured and made many precautions to make sure everything ran smoothly. There was no cheating. He brought back the Achamurti to Melkote temple from the Chola king. The Statue of Equality. His Holiness Chinnajaya Swamiji is raising money to build a statue of equality, which is a statue of Ramanujacharya, which stands 216 feet tall. It is to celebrate the 1000th birthday of Ramanujacharya and thank him for doing everything that he did. Please take part in this one-of-a-kind event. For more details, visit sriRamanujasahasrabdi.org. Thank you. Jai Srimanarayan.